Well, hi there. I'm Diana Montford, the world's first transgender television journalist. Here we are in a time of COVID. My goodness. And anyway, I am not allowed to have a guest in studio because of the COVID social distancing rules. I know. So we are going to talk to someone via the telephone. Now, the people we're going to talk to are fascinating people. They are Michael and Laura Olito. They own a world famous nightclub called Paddles. It is, yes, an S&M club. And as you know, S&M is one of my interests. And it's truly world famous. It has changed the face of S&M. It's been in business since 1984, believe it or not. Most places can't say that. And they are going to tell us how COVID has impacted businesses everywhere, including their own, and how they are coping with COVID and how you can cope with COVID. There's a song in there somewhere. Hi, Michael and Laura.
Hi, Diana. How
So,
are you?
oh, I'm fine. How are you?
We're good.
Yep, healthy and safe.
Thank God. And through the grace of God, so am I. And I hope you people out there are too. Anyway, so tell us, all these businesses throughout maybe the world, but certainly here in New York, are doing very badly. Just coming to the studio, I saw that places that had been here forever, restaurants and dry cleaning establishments, had closed. What's going on with nightlife?
Well, not much is going on with nightlife. First of all, I want to thank you for having us on your show. This is, I believe, the third or fourth time we've been on your show.
Yes.
And
Well,
we
you're great
always
guests. That's why
enjoy,
we keep having you
yeah,
on.
we always enjoy being there.
Very much.
Every other time we were in studio, I believe.
Yes. Every
But
other
we
time
all
pre
do,
COVID, yes.
yes, we all do what we have to do. Um, I've been open since 1984, like you said. We've started our 37th year this past October, and we haven't been open. It's the longest that we haven't been open um, since we've been in existence. We haven't been open since the first week in March, like every other salon restaurant in the city, uh, and we're waiting it out like everyone else. We're hoping that as soon as it's safe and the city says that we can open up again, that we will. So we're just sitting home like everyone else, watching Netflix and waiting it out.
Yeah. And as you know, both Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio are expecting a rise in the COVID numbers, and we are apparently heading into the second wave. So that's going to be very difficult for not only nightlife, but people in general. So, I mean, do you have any idea at all when you might open?
No, I guess it all depends on when the vaccine can, um,
Widely distributed.
I
yeah,
can't
be
hear you.
distributed. Can be distributed to, the mainstream people. And I'm hearing that that's not probably going to happen until April. They're going to start just giving it to regular people who aren't elderly and have compromised immune systems like me. So I should get it early. But we can't open. And I would love to open. Money is tight. But I really don't want to open until it's safe to do so.
Absolutely. By the way, your compromised immune system, you have a slight heart condition, don't you?
Yes, and was it 5 years ago? I had two strokes,
I
but I
know.
fully recovered from that, and I have diabetes. So they're saying people who are elderly with conditions will get the vaccine first. So I'm hoping that happens. I'm actually hoping everyone gets the vaccine as fast as possible.
You look a lot, and I mean a lot younger than your age. Doesn't that imply a certain immunity to, I mean, you wouldn't look so much younger than your age if you weren't, if you didn't have a good immune system.
We've been taking a lot of antioxidants for decades, so that hopefully helps with, your DNA strands that get, makes you look younger longer.
Yeah,
I try to,
all three of
I
us are
try to
vitamin
not,
nuts. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I try to also, you know, I, I'm not good at thinking that I'm getting old, so I try to act young. I'm one of those people who act younger than
Me
your
too,
age.
honey. Me too.
And I think that kind of makes you look younger also if you act younger and dress younger. I still wear my baseball hat every day. Right now, I'm wearing my retired firefighter hat. Um, and I really don't feel my age. I can't imagine me being the age that I am. By the way, it's
Yeah.
no secret, I'm 68. And I definitely don't feel 68,
And you don't
and I
look
know I don't.
48. I mean, you look great. You really, everyone tells
Well,
you this. You know that.
I don't know about 48, but thank you very much for saying that.
If you want to see what Michael and Laura look like, you can go to their Facebook page. And what is your Facebook address?
Michael, spell it just like Michael, and my last name is Alito, Aulito.
No relation to the Supreme Court Justice.
No.
See.
Yeah, that's Aludo, I think.
Oh, whatever. But
But
anyway,
actually, every teacher on the first day of a new year called me Michael Aludo, so that's pretty funny. But my last name is Alito, and that's Aulito.
I don't want to tell you what every teacher called me. But anyway, let's move right along, please. Those nuns were mean, let me tell you. But anyway, okay, now, oh, by the way, Michael was a firefighter in Long Island for 18 years before he owned paddles. So, I mean, a lot of people think that S&M is, depraved and irresponsible. And how many people do you know who have been firefighters for 1 year, never mind 18 years? I mean, that's pretty much a solid citizen if ever there was one. And he owns Paddles, and Paddles is a great place. It's really nice. You don't have to feel weird. Like if you walk in alone, nobody's going to hurt you. Nobody's going to make you feel like less than you are. Nobody has attitude. They're not going to say, "Who are you?" That's not what Paddles is. Paddles really is the friendly S&M club. I've been going, God, since the 80s, and I love it, frankly. But anyway, so, what now? Real estate prices are going down here in Manhattan, as we all know. And as I've said, so many businesses have gone out of business. Surely people who want to start, and I'm sorry to call you Shirley, but anyway, but anyway, yes, airplane. But anyway, surely people who want to start a new business can wait until rents are rock bottom and then start their new business, can't they?
Well, you can, and there will be a lot of businesses, a lot of landlords begging people to rent their spaces. I'm hoping when we do come back that we can open in the same location. It's still sitting there waiting for us, but I'm not really sure what the landlord is going to require for us to come back, or if he wants to evict us. I'm not really sure what's happening. It's all up in the air. But if we can open in the same location, I'd be happy to find one of those empty buildings that are there right now and open in a new location. Maybe I would get a better deal even. So one way or another, we will be opening. This will not be the end of my 37-year run. By the way, getting back to the FD, I would have been a firefighter much longer than 18 years,
Yeah.
but I opened the club and I got busy right from day one, and I just couldn't do both anymore. So that's why it's only 18 years and not 20
Oh,
years.
only 18 years.
Only 18 years.
Only 18 years. Now, you, I mean, that club has changed so much in the world, and people can, buy things on the Paddles website, can't they, and all that?
No, not anymore. We stopped doing that. Um, it turned out it was too much of a burden. We were too busy, so we closed down the paddle store. There's lots of places that you can go and buy stuff um,
Yeah, like
online.
Purple
So,
Passion or something. Yeah.
right, Purple Passion is one of them. Um, our friend Hilton owns it.
Right. Hi, Hilton, if
Um,
you're watching. We're not advertising, but we are discussing what's going on, you know? So I
right.
don't want them to think we're advertising, but, you know.
And we're not only a BDSM club, we're also a men's club. We do men's parties 7 days a week. So we're open 7 days. When we're open 7 days a week. Weekends, we have multiple parties. Um,
So all you gay
so,
guys out there, you heard that. And if you
yeah.
want to have real fun in a dungeon, ooh, yes.
And we have fun being there. We miss it so much. We miss all our friends, all our customers. Unfortunately, we lost one of our employees to COVID, and
Would you like to give
it's
his
going to
name?
be Carlos. I don't want to
It
give
was
his
very
last name.
early in the.
He lived in Elmhurst area, so that's where it was really
Yeah, their
COVID really hit
hospital
hard.
was point zero for the COVID thing, point, you know, the
Yeah,
epicenter, wasn't it?
yes, it was. And it's going to be very hard the first time we go back, and Carlos' smiling face won't be there. So we're still very emotional about losing Carlos. Not only did he work for us, but he was a really, really good friend and one of the nicest people we've ever met in our lives.
You know, I've never met anyone who worked for you, and that includes me. I used to work for Michael many years ago, who doesn't become your friend.
Well, it's well, we're going to be there, and if people who work for us don't like us, if we don't like them, it just makes for a hostile atmosphere, and you don't have as good of a time as you do if everyone gets to know each other and become friends. Like everyone who works for me right now. Everyone who works for me right now has worked for me for over 10 years. So I don't have to go in there and tell people what to do. We all know what to do to run the club. And it just makes it easy for me. I go in there, and my job is to sit at the corner of the bar and just talk to customers.
I
That's
know, I
basically what I
know.
do.
Nice work if you
Everyone
can
knows
get
me.
it.
Yeah. Once in a while I have to pitch in and help when we get, a crowd, a busload of people coming. But most of the time, every single person who works for us are our friends, and they consider us their friend, which is even more important than us considering them our friend. And everyone knows what to do, and I've always paid well, so that's why it is not much of a turnover in our employees. I have paid well from the beginning, and it's just makes it for us. We have to be there, a much nicer atmosphere, and in return, that makes it a much nicer atmosphere for our customers.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, you can see the gorgeous Laura Alito behind the bar in the cutest little bunny outfit. She is a knockout, a beautiful blonde. So, should you wish to go and hang out and meet nice people who think the way you do. But anyway, but yeah, it really is sort of a kind of extended family. I remember when my father died. I had a very rough time financially, and you helped me, and I got offers of help from other people. You got me a job and everything. And I mean, that's real friendship, you know?
And I remember the first day you walked in, way back in the early 80s.
It was actually
Like
it was March 4th, 1987. I remember the day.
see, I didn't remember the exact date, but I know it was in the 80s. And I do remember you coming in, and it definitely doesn't seem like it's that long ago.
Well, and I had a great time, and I very stupidly left to enter politics. Somebody shoot me, please. I'm kidding. Don't shoot me. But anyway, and politics is it's non-consensual S&M. What can I say? And everyone's a bottom. Oh, nobody's a top. But anyway, so yeah, so that's great that you're planning to keep the club going. That's wonderful. It's an institution. I mean, people all over the world know it. I remember when I worked there, some Japanese people came in. And I don't speak Japanese, but I said, well, hello. And they said, oh, hello. We just came to see paddles. Like they were here on
Right.
business, but they had to see paddles from Japan. Isn't that great?
Well, when you have a website for so many years, people just stumble over it eventually, and they say, "Oh, look at that." When we go to New York, we have to see what that's all about, because clubs like mine aren't in many places, other places in the world. Some places it would be against the law if it was there. Even in this country, you couldn't have. There's in Pennsylvania, where I am speaking to you from right now. It is against the law. They consider a club like mine to be promoting prostitution, even though nobody pays anyone inside. And anytime a club opens in Pennsylvania, it gets shut down in months, I could say.
How
So
narrow-minded. How odd,
yeah.
Well,
So just being open as long as we have been, running it like we actually know what we're doing. And if we don't know what we're doing after 37 years, then I should have quit long ago.
It's only possible in the great
Yeah,
city of New York.
And
So.
thank God for New York City, being open-minded. I have a good relationship with the community board and with the police department, with the fire department. They all know we exist. They don't
and many go there as
necessarily-
customers, I'm sure,
Oh, maybe. No one announces that. I think we've had maybe 3 police officers come and flash their badge to get a discount to come in.
Well,
Over
that's
37
pretty
years.
tacky.
So
That's pretty
Yeah.
tacky.
no, what's even more tacky is people who are very rich. They say, "You know who I am? I could buy this place."
So
Well, then
buy
you can
it, but
afford to
pay the
to get in.
admission.
Yeah, you can afford to pay to get in, and you know what? Someone who can't afford to pay to get in, I'll let them in for free. That's what I usually tell them.
And that's great. During the 2008 recession, when so many people were losing their jobs, Michael let people he knew in who he'd known them forever, and they'd lost their jobs, and he knew they'd lost their jobs, but they were regulars, they were members of the family, so to speak, and if they could prove they'd lost their jobs, you let them in for free, right?
Yes, I did, and it doesn't cost me anything to let somebody in for free if they need to. I still do that with the men's parties. If
Well, you're
someone
going
comes
to
in
be
and-
doing it a lot now. Welcome to the COVID depression,
Yeah. Someone comes in and says, I'm a little short this week, and I recognize them, and I say, by all means, please come in.
Isn't that lovely? You have really nice karma. I mean, a firefighter and paddles. I mean, this is really, you're accruing really nice karma here, I mean, in your next life, you're going to, have like the best life ever,
Well, I hope that's the case. I look at it this way. If you're nice to people, someday when you need someone to be nice to you, they will be.
Well,
So
as you always
that's-
say, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, now, Laura,
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people, think, oh my God, I don't dare go to an S&M club. Terrible. I'll be gang raped. I'll be murdered. I'll be, sold into prostitution in Morocco. I'll, whatever. That's not true. I know that's not true. Do you recommend that women come to paddles even alone? I mean, why not,
As the friendly S&M builders of, friendly S&M club, definitely we've always had bouncers around, and it's very self-policing also, paddles, but it's clean and pretty, and women have been felt comfortable to come by themselves and in groups. So that was a big difference between Michael and Donnie's concept when it started, was to have a place that people could feel, and it's clean. Like I had been to a previous.
I think
You
we
could
all
say the
know
next.
the one on 14th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No names
You,
mentioned, but yes, we know.
they were open later than us at one point, and
Yeah, we all used to migrate from yours to theirs when you closed. Yeah.
it was winter. I was wearing a heavy coat because we'd been out on the street getting there, and I was tired, and I went to lean against the wall, and it was shiny. Like, I just was, I
Uh,
jumped, just jumped up. That
Believe it or
woke me
not, that's
up.
a high end, the highest end Italian restaurant now. That space.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
If people who went there only knew.
Can you imagine? And by the way, that building was also used in the Underground Railroad, so they said. That building has been around forever. Those of you who know. By the way, in the film Pose, you know the television series Pose?
No, I don't think we've ever seen
Ryan
it.
Murphy. It's about trans people. Anyway, they took everyone's story, including mine, and they shook them up and came up with new characters. And one of the characters gets a job in an S&M club,
Oh, how do you like that?
which
So they
I would
can't-
imagine was based on me. I don't know. But anyway.
You should be very proud.
Yeah, we can't wait to check it out. What channel?
Well, it's on. Well, they're not right now, but it just called Pose, POSC. Ryan Murphy,
Got it. Okay, wonderful. Can't
So,
wait.
We had.
Well,
a
I mean, they
film,
didn't name her after me. It's a character in the show. But I mean, they took
Right.
like everyone's, all the well-known trends, people's stories, and they changed a few things, and you know what I mean.
We've had about 5 movies. I believe it's 5 shot at our location, and most of them made us look okay. I think one of them made us look like no one will ever want to go there. But when you sign a contract and they want to come and do a movie, you don't exactly know how it's going to turn out.
Well, regarding
But I would
Pose,
say-
they had this character named Electra working at the Hellfire Club, which has gone out of business many years ago. It's the club we were talking about. And I wondered, gee, why didn't they use your place,
Well, I guess that was kind of notorious, the club. It was only open, I think, 5 years, but it was notorious because it was the first one where anything goes. My place is not like that. By the way, you were mentioning people may be afraid. We don't allow sex. No one's ever raped, and we don't have kidnapping at my place.
Absolutely, and I can assure you of that. No funny business goes on. If you meet someone there and you want to go somewhere else, that's your concern. But no screwing on the premises, please. Yes.
Right. And when I see a single woman, after doing this for such a long time, I see a single woman come in, you can tell by their face that they're scared or that it's their first time. And I always go up to them and talk to them, try to get them relaxed. I tell them if anyone bothers them, they should come to the bar, and I give them a signal for them to look at me and do this signal, and I'll come rescue them from that person. So, yeah, it's just that sometimes when someone's new, they can't get away from somebody. It's hard for them to get away from someone. So I'm always there to rescue single women.
And that is so true.
And guys, too. I always see guys who, guys can be shy also and nervous. And I always try to go up to them and speak to them also. Because, like I said before, that's really the only job I do. That's my job, is to talk to the customers.
Yeah, and 3 years now.
30. We're on our 37th, which.
Oh, right,
37th
of course, yes.
started in October.
Yes, and I've been doing this show now for 30 years. Go figure.
Yeah.
We're both Geminis, and we're creatures of habit, let's put it that way.
And I want to mention to you something that we did today.
We only have 2 minutes left.
Okay. We went and visited Laura's parents because we're not going there for Thanksgiving for obvious reasons.
We're shooting this
So
on
we're
November
doing-
23rd, by the way. Yes.
Okay. we had a picnic, a car picnic. We sat car next to car. We ate turkey sandwiches. We sat for about an hour and a half and talked, and we had a grand old time. So if anyone needs an alternative, if you have a car, go visit someone instead of going indoors in their house. And it wasn't like being there for Thanksgiving, but it was good enough.
It was a great success, and we're going to do it with our kids next. And we're going to do it for Christmas and however many holidays we have to. I think we can even fit in extra holidays doing this.
Yeah, Arbor Day and all that. Absolutely.
Halfway. It was great.
That's great. So you heard it. If you have a car and you want to visit your parents or someone, have them go to in their car. You go in your car, you talk, you eat, but you don't get too close and all that. Anyway,
Yes.
Can you give us your Facebook page again?
Yes, Michael, Michael, Aulito, Aulito. That's Aulito.
And you can see what Michael and Laura look like and, their fun place in Pennsylvania, their lovely home and all that lovely stuff. And they both have Corvettes, which are beautiful cars. And they're very happy and they're very nice.
And we have some horses and cats, so we have lots of cute stuff to look at.
There you go. They have horses and cats. The horses are the taller ones. Okay. So, my guests have been Michael and Laura Aulito, the owners of Paddles, the friendly S&M club. It's a great place to go. I'm not advertising, but we were talking about small businesses and what's going on with them. And Paddles will survive. And if you have a small business, please, I hope yours survives. Anyway, this has been the Diana Montford Show. Where's my mask? Here it is. Wear your mask. Keep safe.
Yes.
Another show in the time of COVID. I love you a lot. Even if no one else loves you, I love you. And it means a lot to me that you stay safe and alive and happy. So do. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Take really good care of yourself, and please, for yourself and others, wear your mask. Oh, no, up here. Okay, yes. Wear your mask. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything.